Well, time to check in with the Better Business Bureau of Central New England, and Megan McBride is here, and we're going to talk about some of the scams that are happening out there because they are just constant and all around us. Megan, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Hank. Thanks again. Well, last week we kind of talked about a lot of the events we have going on, which totally should go to all of our events.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We can start right there because I'm going to be with you on Thursday night. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so on Thursday, September 25th, 2025, from 5 to 7 at the Boylston Rooms, we are going to be hosting our 2025 Western Massachusetts Awards for Marketplace Excellence. And just to go into it a little bit more is we host 2 events every year, one in Western Mass and one in Central Mass, because our territory spans from Worcester all the way to the Berkshires, right on that New York border, all the way down to the other border, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and then back into Worcester. So, and then we also have a small slice of Connecticut. So it's a pretty large territory. So because of that, we like to celebrate all of our accredited businesses, but we understand that you can't always get to Western Mass if you live in Central Mass and vice versa. So we host 2 a year. So as of now, we are about to celebrate 4 businesses who upheld the BBB standards of trust, and we're going to be celebrating those 4 businesses this Thursday from 5 to 7. And then on November 13th, our Central Mass Awards will be coming up, and nominations are now open, Hank, wink, wink, which means if you are an accredited business or not, you should nominate a business that you think holds the highest ethical standards, the standards of our BBB trust, to get a chance to win this award this year. So that's something we have looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah, make sure that you get out there and nominate that business. Have somebody nominate your business. Mm-hmm. That is just absolutely the way to do it. Now, as we said, though, because people really are fascinated by this, even people who have not been taken in by scams, even I think some who maybe are unlikely that they will be targeted by scammers, but you never, ever know, are fascinated by all the scams that are out there.
Yes. And unfortunately, there are so many. And like we've said, Hank, there's so many that we wouldn't even think of. I'm hoping this one, unfortunately, people have probably heard of before. And it is that sponsored ad might be a scam. So sponsored content is everywhere. I mean, here I am I'm the brand champion, marketing director. I make a lot of sponsored content, and there's a lot of times that it's legitimate, but there are actually other times that it's not. And as I've talked about before, Hank, we have our BBB Scam Tracker, which is a free resource for people to go in, search for scams that have happened, or write their own story. So we ended up receiving several reports from consumers who are being tricked into clicking on fake websites that are advertised on search engines and social media ads as sponsored. So how does it work? It starts as a simple search. Let's say you're looking to buy sneakers or clothing items, and the top result of your search is a sponsored ad for a retailer selling the item you're looking for. So if you know when you go on Google and you search, those first couple links, those are usually sponsored because businesses or whoever will pay to be the first result. So sometimes those are legitimate, but in this case, that first sponsored link that you see when you're searching for shoes is not. So you click on this link and you are taken to what appears to be a legitimate website, and the merchandise may even be majorly discounted, and you think you're getting a great deal. And at checkout, you enter your personal and financial information and you make a purchase. At this point, you may never have received your merchandise. If you try to contact the company's customer support, they may not have a record of your purchase, making you realize that you purchased from a fake website. Wow. And you may not be able to find the original website that you purchased from because their contact information at this point is most likely disabled.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. The thing is, and the way that it gets you is you go, well, if there's an ad and I'm clicking on the ad, then it must be legit.
Right.
But who is following up to see which ads are legit and which ads aren't legit? And so again, it's easy for these scammers to come, particularly in this day and age. I think we've made it easier for them with all of this technology, to be able to trick us. And who doesn't want a discount on something cool that you would like to have?
Exactly. Yeah. And It is tricky. So we put on a lot of scam presentations, and my director of operations who puts these on, she's awesome, and she's done all the digging when it comes to these scams. And she talks about how it's so important to really verify the website. So she uses this example all the time where, say you're going on netflix.com to watch a movie and you actually look at the URL and it's netflix.movies.com. It still looks like Netflix, and just if you squint your eyes and you look at it quickly, you're like, oh, that's absolutely Netflix. But in reality, it's a fake website. So that's one of our biggest tips is when you're searching online, really look at the URL. Is there that little lock on the URL? That means it's a verified, secure site. What does the URL look like? And then also, personally, I always like to, when I'm searching for specific things, I try to go to brands that I already know and trust that have good reputations. Right. You know, I don't always like to buy from big name brands like Amazon. I'm not always trying to contribute to like the larger ones, but even knowing around your city where you live when you're looking online, like seeing if they legitimately have a website, if you're looking at a smaller store or a smaller company. So it's
You know, the hard part about this, Megan, is I always feel sometimes when we're doing the scams that there's somebody who's out there who's going, Hank and Megan say I can never click on an ad that's on that's on social media. But that's no. I mean, obviously, most of them, the great majority of them are legit, and you should be able to get what it is that you want. You should be able to get, at a price if they're having a legit sale. It's just you've got to be careful.
Right. It's just we at the BBB are trying to train you all to become very good at spotting these red flags like we do, because and that's not to say that just because that I talk about these scams that I won't ever get scammed, because we've also said that you never think it'll be you, but it ends up being you. But just being smart, diligent, and never feel rushed to make a purchase. Really look at who you're doing business with, what site you're on, how did you get this information before making that purchase.
Yeah, so very, very true. Megan, people want to find out more about this scam, any scam. They want to find out, they want to become an accredited business. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you, to get in touch with the BBB?
Yeah, so bbb.org is a great resource. What you can do on the right-hand side top of bbb.org, you'll see my BBB near me. And because you are located in our service region, you'll be directed to our BBB homepage where you can find all of our events, all of these scams that I bring to the table, and you'll be able to find past radio spots where we've talked about several other scams. And if you're not really into the website business, you can always give us a call at 508-755-3340.
Very good. Megan McBride from the Better Business Bureau of Central New England. Megan, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.